right, guys, welcome back. Welcome to the Ready, Set, Blow podcast, episode 354. Snatch my man Darius Bennett up from a daytime date at the Roosevelt.
Oh, man, what up, though?
What's going on, son?
How you doing? Feeling good, man.
A little day drinking?
Man, you know.
What were you having?
Shit. Water. Lots of water. Yeah.
You're not a drinker?
I used to be.
You used to be?
Yeah.
You 12-stepping?
No, I don't do the steps. Man. That shit ain't for me, man. It is not for me. I stopped for a minute, and then I overindulged in, working out, push-ups.
You overindulge in push-ups?
Yeah.
I don't think you can overindulge in something that's good for you.
Man, every single day, 500.
500 push-ups a day?
A day.
Like 100 straight?
No, 50.
50?
Yeah.
That's respectable. Dude, I bet like
within an hour.
What would you think, like what percentage of people, like guy off the street, how many guys can do like 25 straight push-ups?
A lot of people can, if it's some pussy on the line.
If there's girls watching, they don't want to embarrass themselves.
Yeah, or if it's some money on the line, money or pussy, man, motherfuckers gonna push some motherfuckers out, man. Yeah. But if it's just like, I'm stronger than you, then ain't nobody gonna do that shit.
I feel like a lot of the people in this country are fucking terribly out of shape, son. Push-ups are one thing. I feel like here's one that most people can't do. I bet you most people can't do 10 pull-ups, bro.
No.
Clean-ass pull-ups?
Nah. Even if there's some vagina on the line, yeah.
Even then you can't do the pull-up?
You're gonna try, man. That shit hard.
500 a day, like Rocky, son.
Yeah, you gotta time yourself, man. So during the pandemic, I was bored, man, and so
everybody, bro, fucking
everybody was bored, man. So kind of like science class or whatever class you take is usually an hour.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me see how many I can do within this time period, and I was able to do 500. I kept tallying them up. It's hard to keep track. You'll forget. Yeah. You do more than you think you do. So like you tally them up, and then once that timer goes off, you done. You tally that shit up.
See, at least you used the pandemic wisely, man. I feel like fucking people went that one or two ways. Either they got fat as fuck and unhealthy as shit, or they did like that. They got fucking ripped.
Yeah,
and there's no in between. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then once the world,
I got fat, dude. I put on the weight.
Yeah.
I lost it all, but I put on a good 15, 20 pounds.
I didn't continue the shit once the world opened back up. Once the world opened back up, man,
you got out of shape with
goddamn push up. Hell no, I got skinny again, man. So that's my problem. Like I don't know how to retain weight.
Really, dude, I feel like I look at fucking food and I get fat, bro. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, son. I'm 40 years old.
Metabolism is fast.
It ain't this. Yeah, well, I mean, black guys have the best metabolisms, man. It's fucking ridiculous. It really is.
Some fat black people too, bro.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
I'm only speaking for myself, goddammit. You know what I mean? Like if I don't work out,
I just remember when I was young, you know, like all my black friends growing up, they just had abs at like 8 years old. I was like, how the fuck are you jacked at 9? You know, like I couldn't understand. They were like shredded and shit. You could see the delts, the shoulders.
Because we ain't had cable, man. We had to go outside and do shit.
We had cable.
Yeah, we had to climb trees, nigga, and race. You had to race, man. You ever race?
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Bro, what that like? I used to think about that all the time. Like when I was a kid, like
did you really race?
Of course, man.
In the street.
Yeah, I was fucking terrible. I mean, I wasn't the fastest kid on the block, but I ran. You know, like we all
did that.
Hell yeah, dude. I remember when I was a kid, like everywhere I went, I was running. You know, like run up the stairs, I'd run down the stairs. Like now, when I think about it, like why the fuck was I in such a rush? Like a little kid, you got so much energy.
Yeah.
You know, now, man, I'm fucking walking up the stairs. I hear my back making noises and shit. Yeah. My knees are cracking.
Yeah.
Bro, I rolled my ankle at the airport yesterday. You would have thought someone shot me in the leg. Like I was fucking. I just rolled it quick and I was like, I had to stop, take my bags off and shit. My fucking ankles swell up. Because I'm an old man, dude. My fucking body can't take it anymore. Dude. I sleep wrong and my neck's all fucked up.
You was walking downstairs?
Yeah. That's what happens when you get older, Darius. I mean, you sleep in cocoa butter. Look how fucking, what are you, 26?
35.
35?
Yeah.
What is your regiment, my friend?
Black.
Be black. Here's my tips to look young. Be black. Man. Be black or Asian.
Take that shit up with the Lord, nigga.
What's your skincare routine? I was born black. That's my.
Yeah, man. Yeah, moisturize and fuck.
Moisturize and fuck. That's the name of my first comedy album. Dude, I feel like white people don't moisturize because we can't see how ashy we are.
Yeah,
that's a theory I have.
I don't know if it's that or if it's a cultural difference, but man, we moisturize crazy. You can definitely see it when we ashy.
Yeah,
you can see it when anybody ashy, man. But
not on a white guy. It's harder to see.
You can.
What, do you put some, like some dandruff or some shit, a little black cloth down?
It just look extra white, you look extra milky, crispy. Yeah, man, you gotta put that lotion on, bro.
Here's another cultural thing that I know black folks. Let me ask Jeff. Jeff, I'm asking the producer. Do you use a washcloth in the shower?
I do not.
You use your hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or this little fluffy like
a loofah?
Yeah, the loofah.
Yeah.
Thing.
Loofah.
My ex-girlfriend gave that to me. So.
Now, do you use a washcloth in the shower?
I do.
Yeah. See, that's black folks always use the washcloth in the shower.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Well, I mean, that's the way you do it. There's other ways.
You're supposed to.
Supposed to.
Because that's how you get the dirt off of you. How you wash dishes?
With a sponge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You use something.
You wipe them, don't you? Yeah.
You
wipe your ass? Yeah, I wipe my ass. Why don't you wipe your body?
So you're going to use a sponge on the dishes, but you ain't going to use shit on your asshole. Get the fuck out of here, man. This shit's stupid.
Well, I have like two types of showers, right? Like if I'm in a rush, you have the, armpits, asshole, crotch, and teeth. You just get the basics, and then you get in and get out. But then my shower at night, then I'll, you loof up, you get the body wash going.
When I'm in a rush, I just take a fast shower, still with the rag.
You just wash your nuts in the sink, give yourself a bird bath?
I wash everything. It's just not as...
Not as thorough?
Yeah, not as thorough. You just... with the rag.
Wow, you still do it with the rag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I didn't grow up using the washcloth, man.
Sometimes
just bar soap, just Irish Spring on my fucking skin.
It's a cultural difference.
Yeah. Well, white people. That's why they smell funny.
I don't know.
That's why I smell like wet dog, right?
Maybe. Man, so look, I used to date this lady, right? And she was not white, but she was Hispanic. She was adopted into a white family.
Okay.
And we took a shower together.
Yeah, you never see that in reverse. You never see like a black family adopt a white kid.
Nah.
It never goes the other direction.
We got our own problems.
Wait, take it on yours?
Yeah, white people tend to see like, oh, they need help, so I'm gonna be a better person. That type of
they pat themselves in the back for adopting people of color and shit.
Yeah. So this lady, we took a shower together. We was dating, and she washed her hair, and then she got out the shower.
That's it?
That's all she did, bro. And I looked.
You like, yo, get back in here? You finish
up?
I
said. I was like, yo, what you doing? I was like, your phone ain't ring. What you getting out the shower for? She was like, I'm done. I was like, you ain't wash your asshole or nothing. You just wash your hair.
And you want me to go down on you later? You gotta wash that fucking thing.
A lot of motherfuckers be walking around smelling like herbal essence, and you be thinking they clean, man. Nothing. That motherfucker still had yesterday on.
They just put Febreze on themselves.
I don't know what that bitch put on, bro. But
just spraying car air freshener on her.
Man, I was wondering why that pussy was so musty every time I would eat it. I'm like, man, but you ain't no athlete. You ain't no athlete or nothing. Why your pussy so musky?
Did she get back in the shower after you fucking told her off?
No, she did not.
Oh shit! See, I would have thought out of embarrassment, I would have been like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
She was a stubborn person, man.
Dude, I'm not a big fan. I don't know where you come down on this, Darius, man. I don't like. I feel like sex in novelty places is overrated, and one of the biggest ones is sex in the shower. I think sex in the shower is so overrated.
Shit overrated, bro.
It's terrible, son. Somebody's always out in the cold. It washes away all the good juices. You know what I'm saying? It fucking, in a girl's apartment, usually there's fucking hair and all sorts of shit in the shower.
That shit overrated when you're an adult. It's nice when you've, a teen.
Anytime a girl's naked is nice when you're 17 years old.
You're a freshman in college or some shit. You're 18, 19. Yeah. They're like, oh, fuck in the shower. Yeah. Man, you 35 years old. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. Wash your body and then we're going to go.
Yeah, go lay down.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about like 69ing. That's the kind of thing you do when you're fucking young. It's like, why would I 69 now? What's the rush? I'll do you, you do me. I got time. I got time to kill.
I don't mind 69 now. It's just like,
You go on top?
No. They on top of me, baby. I'm chilling. As long as I get to lay down, I don't give a fuck what we do.
Lazy sex with Darius Bennett
Yeah,
on this week's episode. Yeah, I'll lay down and you get on top.
Yeah. Fuck the dumb shit, man. Get it going.
So you're single again, dating? Is that what's going on right now? You back out in the street?
No, I ain't back out in the street, man. I'm just chilling, bro. I ain't wearing my ring. I'm a married man, dog.
Married man.
Yeah.
Did you have a big ceremony?
Nope. We got married during the pandemic, and
Nice. You did a little Zoom wedding?
there was a few people that showed up.
On the Zoom wedding?
We did it in the park.
Oh, nice.
Yep, did it in the
You
park.
had a few homeless people to witness it, so you
No,
make it official?
It was people. It was people, man.
Oh, regular people?
Yeah, it was people. My family, part of her family, and then
She's black, white? What do you go with here?
she's Jewish.
Oh, the white devil, the worst kind.
In Jamaica.
Jewish and Jamaican?
Yeah,
That I've never heard that little mix.
I know.
I know, that's why you got trapped, huh?
She cold-blooded, man. She cold-blooded. Probably the best.
Is that your first marriage?
Is
it 35?
Yeah, man. I'm only yeah.
Would you do it all over again?
Yeah, I don't want to do it all over again. But it's crazy because, like, if the shit, some people be married 4 or 5 times, all that stuff.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But women tend to want to get married and feel some type of sense of security if you get married again. And it's like with me, like if this shit don't work, a woman's gonna be like, "Well, I want to get married again."
Why would you? I think I don't get. It's a false sense of security. It's like, oh, if I marry you, you still can't fuck around and leave me. Obviously, there's divorces all over the place. Like the idea that women have any sense of security from getting married is ridiculous. Because you can get. I mean, like you said, people get married 3, 4, 5 fucking times. It's not like it's permanent. Like so. I don't know whether it's a false sense of security.
It is, man. But women think different, man. They want to be married. They want to feel like you chose them over every bitch in the world.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm for sure that engagement rings, women could give a fuck. It's about impressing their girlfriends with it. Like it's about letting other women know. I gotta
be excited, but they kind of be like, "Hey, look, I'm important."
Yeah, it's just a floss on their girlfriends. They don't give a fuck, dude. And that's the other thing, dude. They can make diamonds in a laboratory now. They don't need to mine.
I heard that very briefly on the radio.
Yeah, and when I got married years ago. I got an actual diamond, not one that they made in a lab. But I asked the girl I got engaged to. I was like, would you care if I got you a lab one? She's like, yeah, I kind of want it to be natural. I'm like, you do understand that there's kids getting their hands chopped off in West Africa mining this shit out of the ground. You know what I'm saying? So you want the blood diamond. You prefer the blood diamond. I guilted her into it. She's like, oh, I guess so. I'm like, oh no.
Well, shit. I don't know, man. Everybody think differently. Some people would be like, I'm not wearing that shit. And other people can be like, I have to wear it because if I don't, they died in vain.
You're doing it as a favor to them?
That's how motherfuckers be thinking, bro.
I'm honoring your legacy by wearing this ring.
Some people be thinking like that, man. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Did you go big on the ring?
No. I gave her what she wanted.
Okay. Did you do like a what kind of proposal did you do? You get it down on one knee, all that jazz?
When I proposed,
you just threw the ring out of here, bitch. Take this shit. And you went down to the comedy store and did a spot.
No, she was in the kitchen, and
so romantic.
Yeah, she was in the kitchen and doing something, and I was just like, hey, I put the ring on the table. I was like, shit, you want to kick it with me for a minute?
You make it sound like you guys are just smoking a blunt. Hey, you want to hang out? Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you want to hang out with me for a little bit?
I like that. Low key, man.
Yeah.
I took my girl to the beach and did it on a beach.
Yeah.
In front of a lighthouse.
Y'all got married?
Like I said, I was telling you in the car, I called it off right before the wedding. So on paper, we were.
Yeah, man. All that goofy shit don't matter.
It costed
man.
like we were actually married. So we were,
The proposal don't matter. The wedding don't matter. The marriage matters.
See, that's the thing I always say. That's why I always find it funny that like women are like, I want an expensive diamond ring. It's like, wouldn't you rather buy a fucking house, put a down payment on a house? You can live in the, like you can't live in your ring.
Anybody who says no, don't marry that motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't.
You want a girl with some common sense. You got to have better sense than that.
That house gonna matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when she leave your ass, she gonna have somewhere to stay.
when she leaves her house, she gets to keep the house that you bought her.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she's gonna be able to raise your kid that you always want to see. You can't ever see that motherfucker in that house. You get to
She's gonna raise your kid with some other man in your house.
You drunk one day, you ride past. Yeah, my ex-wife live over there.
Dude, do you know that like I think in California is one of the states, certain states, like when you pay alimony to your ex-wife, the alimony stops if she gets remarried. So a lot of times women will just live with their boyfriend forever so they can keep getting alimony from their ex-husband. How cold-blooded is that?
That's
son?
cold as shit.
So you're basically paying for some other guy to bang your ex.
You gotta get you a woman who got more money than you.
That's what you got to do. That's the move.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, I mean, see, the problem with that is, like, you have to have sex with an old lady. You know, like if you do
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
There's a lot of ladies who do OnlyFans, man.
No, I'm saying, but like if you do what women typically do, like the gold digger thing, like Anna Nicole Smith when she married that billionaire oil guy and he was 90. Like if I was to marry an 80-year-old lady, it's like I gotta have sex with that 80-year-old lady. You know what I'm saying?
She had to have sex with that
90-year-old
guy?
She didn't have to get an erection. I have to get and maintain an erection with sex with an 80-year-old.
A lot of pills out here, man. You doing this shit for your family. This is not about you. This is not about your nut, man. This is about your nieces, your nephews, your sisters, your brothers, man, your moms, your pop, everybody, bro. Everybody.
It ain't about my nut. It's about the family.
It ain't about your nut, man. You a selfish motherfucker, bro. You better get out of that. Fuck that old bitch, man.
How old do you think you would go? Like, you think you could get down with an 80-year-old? Yeah.
As old as I need to.
What's the oldest woman you've ever hooked up with? Like, what's the biggest age gap?
To my knowledge, I was 20 and the lady was 38, so that's 18 years. Yeah.
All right. How about the other direction? Don't incriminate yourself. I'm kidding. No.
I don't do young, man.
No, right?
I don't do young because my game be strong, and then like young girls say weird things like manipulation and all that other shit.
They accuse you of manipulating them?
Like, yeah, man. If your game tight, I'm like, bitch, you got your own brain. You get your own brain. You don't have no uncles. You don't have no cousins. You don't have no daddy to teach you the game. And like, so that's why I go for older, at least 35 and up. Like you'd have been through the ringer. Somebody done broke your heart.
Yeah,
at least 4 times.
It's funny. I do have like a little policy. Like I would never date girls being my age. Like years ago, when I got single after I got out of my marriage, like I made a concerted effort. I was like, all right, I don't like dating girls between the age of 27 and 31 because I feel like that 5-year gap right there. Women are like society's telling them they got to settle down. They think that all their friends are settling down. They think they have to follow the same pattern that their friends are doing. So if you date girls younger than that, they're too young to give a shit. And girls older than that, like you said, they had their heart broken, they're adults, they're more mature, they're a little more with it. But that like 27 to 31, 32 range, women, that something goes wrong in their head where they think they got to settle down now. You know, like they got to.
Oh, because society teaches them that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, society definitely puts that in their head, but not every woman is the same.
No, of course not.
You know, you just got to find the right one. You're like, yo, fuck society.
Yeah,
I like you for you.
Yeah, but it's usually older women like that. I feel like come to that conclusion more. You know,
usually it is, unless it's a younger lady who was raised right. Yeah, some older woman who gave her some good game. So, yeah, and then you hit the jackpot, and that's the one that you.
So these girls accuse you of manipulating them. Is that what you're saying?
Not me personally, but like I watch the news, man. I watch. You don't have to learn lessons just from you. You learn lessons from other people, you know?
That's the best way to learn them, ideally.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You fucking do it yourself, making mistakes.
Yeah, bro. And
I don't know. There's some things in life, though, that I think, like, I mean, it's happened to me, and I've seen it happen to friends. Like, certain lessons, you know, your older siblings, your family, your mom, your dad, they could tell you till they're blue in the face, but you ain't going to learn until you do it, you know.
Until you do it yourself.
Like, everyone's going to get their heart broken, you know. Yeah. People get cheated on. You get caught cheating. Like, certain things, like you're like, oh, it'll never happen to me, and then it happens to you. Like, oh shit, yeah, like oh shit. I thought I was above this. No, you're not.
Yeah, man. No, you're not. You're not above heartbreak. None of that shit, man. I'm gonna instill that shit into my daughter. I'm like, yo, your daddy is who he is.
Don't find a guy like your daddy.
Try not to. Try not to.
You lead by example. See all this? Don't look for this.
Try not to. But like that shit out of my control, and some shit like out of your control too, like who you love.
Yeah,
you know who you fall for, and they could, I don't know, they could be in the mafia, they could be a garbage man, they could be a fucking a lady who works at the grocery store, bagging groceries. You don't know who you gonna fall for. You just gonna love a person who you love, man. You know.
When was the last time you got your heart broken? Like a girl really got up in the kitchen and fucked you up?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. It happened though. That shit sucked.
Of course.
That shit sucked, man. But you know, that's a feeling. I learned that shit. A feeling is like weather, man. That shit, it don't last.
It comes and goes, yeah.
Yeah.
And it does. And you do like. I will say, like, you know, as you get older and you go through certain things a few amount of times, like you build up a callus. So like, it still hurts to get your heart broken, but it's not like when you got your heart broken in high school and some girl dissed you and you're like, oh fuck, like you feel like your world's falling apart. Now it's like, oh, that shit happened again. That sucked, you know. But you kind of move on faster.
You get older and you learn, but you know, in high school, like when you're young, you feel like your life is over because you don't know shit else. You don't know nothing else, man. You thinking like you think you know everything. You like, oh, my life is over. I want to kill myself, whatever the fuck, man. But like you get older and you understand a little more.
Yeah, you take more lumps as life goes on, man.
Yeah, man.
So how long you been in LA, brother?
6 years.
6 years.
It'll be 6 in November.
You like it, or you're like, eh?
Yo, it's where I need to be, man. If I got passed at the Comedy Store,
which is tremendous.
Feel great about that. Thank you.
Fucking awesome.
Thank you. I got they announced it on my birthday.
That's awesome,
April
dude.
7th, man.
Got your name
crazy.
They put your name on the thing
not
yet?
yet. But like my birthday is the Comedy Store's anniversary.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick.
April 7th. You know, dig? Aries. What's that #1 zodiac sign?
Aries. How come you came to LA instead of New York though? Because I know you're a Detroit guy.
Because I moved in the middle of the night. I ran away from a relationship and then I jumped ship that night, and it was right after Thanksgiving, so it was cold as shit in New York. So in my mind, I'm thinking if I have to, I'll sleep on the beach.
You just ran out. You just got a plane ticket, said fuck it, I'm out. Or you drove out? How'd you get out here? Plane? And you just took a one-way ticket. You're like, fuck it, I'm out?
Yes, sir.
You didn't tell anybody? Where'd the woman think you went? Like, I'm going to get some beer. I'll be right back. And you just disappeared.
I was with a lady, and then my cousin took me to the airport, and I was very emotional. And I don't know how my family found out. I either told them or he.
The cops called him. They just left without saying goodbye. Like,
somebody told him. I either told him or he told him. It was so long ago I don't remember. But then my family was like, "We want you to chase your dreams, but not like this."
Yeah, don't be so hasty about it.
I was wasted, bro. I was like, man, I got to do it now. If I don't do it now, I won't ever do it. I'm gonna live a regular ass life, and I'm gonna always wonder what if.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to go then.
So you just took off, and what'd you do when you got here? You just fucking like, where'd you live for the first week?
My cousin lived here,
okay,
and then my buddy, he lived here too, and I'm like, yo, shit, I'm here.
You showed up.
Yeah, and then they weren't that dependable, so then I started meeting people at bars and shit.
So my friends weren't dependable, so I went and found strangers at a bar.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound very dependable.
I started meeting random ladies at the bar.
Oh, like, that would have place to stay.
I need
bed to bed to bed.
Yep. Until I got a job. I got a job, and I ain't had to do that shit no more. And you know,
it's so funny. My buddy's a comedian. Same thing. He was living out of his car for a little while. He's like, yeah, dude, I try to hook up with girls just so I can get like a shower. like I go to their house just so I could sleep in a bed and use their shower in the morning.
You should have had a membership at the gym.
24-hour fitness memberships.
Take it to Planet Fitness, man.
He's living out of his Jetta.
Yeah, she probably was still fuck. My uncle told me one time, man, because I was like, I don't have no place to stay. He said some shit that was so profound, but it's so simple. He was like, man, people fuck outside all the time.
Those were his words of wisdom.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
I know you don't got a place to live, but people fuck outdoors all the time.
If they like you, they like you. It's more convenient if you had a place in the shower. It's very convenient. But if you don't, man, shit.
I feel like your uncle should replace Steve Harvey in like giving dating advice and shit. Man, people fuck outside.
Yeah, the men in my family got so much wisdom and wise word. Everybody in my family, man.
You come from a big family?
I come from a very large family, man.
And you guys all close and shit still, or?
Yep, we have a family reunion every year.
Oh, you guys do the big cookout and everything?
We do a family reunion every year, but it's always different. It's always somewhere different.
All right.
Yeah, whether it's Florida, Detroit, for Texas.
What kind of food spread are we talking about here? You guys, what kind of food spread do they put out? You guys do a big barbecue and everything?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, everything.
That's fucking
everything that you think black people eat.
Stereotypical black. Everything you think, we do that.
Yeah, we do that shit. What you think black people eat, bro?
Normal food like we eat.
Name something.
Name something?
Yeah, not fruit. Yeah,
ribs.
Not ribs.
Potato
not
salad.
Chicken.
Watermelon. What do you want to say?
I said not fruit, motherfucker. What do you eat at your family reunion at Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Fucking turkey.
Nervous.
I hate turkey, son.
Yeah, not turkey.
I'm not a turkey fan.
Nah. Yeah, man.
I look nervous. What do you think? What are you guys eating? Fucking kids?
Man, we eat food, bro.
I know.
Good food. Yeah.
But I'm just because I'm always feel kind of jealous of. I don't know. I feel like black folks know how to fucking have a good time, man. Like your church is more fun. Like I was raised Catholic. Catholic church was boring as shit growing up, man. But then you see a Baptist church, it's fucking. They're all like, there's like a food spread. Everyone's fucking celebrating and dancing. I'm like, this is the shit, son.
There's nothing more stressful than wondering how you gonna pay your bills, and then everything else is a cakewalk. So it's like
celebrate it, have some fucking fun,
fuck, man. A lot of is poverty-stricken neighborhoods usually is black people in those neighborhoods, and they be wondering like, how the fuck we gonna pay this shit, you know? And that's our only stress for real, our main stress.
I mean, dude, money's fucking it. The thing about having money, like it, there's definitely like once you can like pay your bills. I feel like once you can pay for a dinner for 4 and not look at like how much it costs, you're good. Like it doesn't take a lot of money to feel security. But you're right, man. Like if you're fucking living on a razor's edge, you know, you're 1 week, 1 paycheck out from being on your ass. That shit weighs on you heavy, dude.
Hell yeah,
it grinds on you.
But yeah, that's the only really. I don't know. Stress that motherfucker could have.
But
when you figured out what?
I was gonna say, but growing up in Detroit, like were you like in the city or were you like out in the suburbs?
Oh yeah. Detroit.
Climbing around the empty buildings and shit.
I did that once I got older, but that was just to shoot some shit, to film something.
Oh, I didn't do that. I was like, don't admit to a crime on here. To shoot some shit.
Nah, I don't do that. I didn't do that type of stuff.
You stayed out of trouble out there?
I was chasing girls all the time, partying, you know, just kicking it, going to the clubs once I got older, at enough age to, 19, go to Windsor. It was right across the water.
Oh, yeah, you can drink over there when you're 19, right?
Yeah, you can drink over there, you party, take the tunnel or the bridge. I took the tunnel down there, Canada. It was a good time.
Scoop some white women up there?
It was a lot of everything over there, man. It was white women. It was French women who were black.
All right.
Yeah. It was all kind of folks over there, man.
Dude, it's actually funny you mention that, like a French woman who's black, because I was going to bring this up. We got to talk about the news at the end of the show, but I'll bring it up now. They're giving Morgan Freeman shit.
Why?
Because Morgan Freeman apparently recently said in an interview that he's insulted by the terms African American and Black History Month. And his reasoning is he's like, first of all, like to relegate my history to a month is
that shit. Oh man, I've seen that.
It's ridiculous.
He just now getting in trouble.
Different one, but he got in trouble for African American. He's like, well, what's your problem with that? He's like, it's just another. He's like, I'm an American. It's also just another name. Like, you're just putting labels on us. Like, before that I was the N-word, and now it's people of color. It's like all these are just labels.
Who is he getting in trouble with?
Oh, people, it's white women on Twitter.
White man.
You know who's complaining? I've never seen a single like. I've never seen like a black person walk out of a show in anger. It's always like a middle-aged white lady. Like it's never a guy complaining at a comedy show about something he said. They're never the ones with the woke shit. Like they just seem to have. I feel like they have bigger problems. It's always fucking well-to-do, well-educated.
They like
white
boring. You gotta let these white women just talk, man. And be like, okay, I understand where you come from. I understand where you come from. I'm gonna take that into consideration, and you walk off. And then you get in your car, you be like, what the fuck wrong with that bitch? But in person be like, I understand. You have a point.
Do they ever get like condescending with you, like almost like patronizing white women?
Everybody does.
Oh yeah, really?
I mean, yeah, everybody experienced that shit, but like what can you do? You don't have control over that. I learned that shit in AA, man. It's like the Serenity Prayer.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that.
It's like, God grant me the serenity to accept things that cannot change.
Yeah.
Courage changes things, wisdom a little different. You don't have control over nothing but what you put your energy towards. So if a person say some shit that makes you upset, that just make you upset, and then you know not to talk to them anymore.
Yeah.
Or like a person who does some physical things. It's just why like you only have control over what you put your energy toward, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you you said did you go to AA or you just know that from?
Yeah, I had to go because of
court order
made me go, man. It was like you gotta
What'd
go.
you do? Would you get a DUI?
Go. Yeah, I got 2 of them.
2 of them.
Yeah, and a public intox.
This is all back in Detroit or here in LA?
All in Detroit. Yeah,
okay.
I was wild, bro.
I was going to say.
Wow, man.
You seem pretty laid back these days. I don't see you getting drunk, fucking go crazy on the street.
Now.
I gotta act like a father.
I have and I always knew that a kid was going to make me be more responsible.
Did that scare you though, like having a kid?
Nope,
I feel like
I needed that, or I was going to be rampant in the life that I was living. Like I didn't have enough for a woman to be comfortable with bringing a child into the world. I didn't have a driver's license. I didn't have a house. I rented. My rent was always late, and I was always drunk. So they was like, no, I don't know about that. Yeah. So, and then eventually I got my shit in order.
And you like clean it up when you got out here? Is that what you ran away from basically? Just trying to switch your whole life up?
Yeah, I needed a new location. I needed it. Not everybody needs that shit, but I was like, I got to get the fuck on. I was too comfortable. So like when comfortability, you just do whatever the fuck you want to do.
You fall into bad habits and bad patterns. You do that shit over and over and over again. It's just
time,
easy.
I'm like, yo, just take me downtown, man. I'll make my way either to my house, my mom's house, my grandma's house. I ain't give a fuck,
Yeah.
because I knew where I was at. But out here, it was different. So I had to learn. I had to grow.
But I feel like having a kid would be so like the idea, the responsibility of it.
That shit.
I mean, you're responsible for another human being, son. You know what I'm saying? Like having a dog is a big responsibility.
It's scary until you get it, and then once you get it, there's no love greater than the love that you have for your child. It doesn't matter how amazing your spouse is, whether you're a man and you're with a lady, you're a lady, you with a guy or whoever the fuck you with. It don't matter. Your kid, your blood.
Do you feel it right away, or does it take time to like sink in?
You feel it right away, and you're happy. You're happy, and then as they get older, then you start to notice that your hustle, your grind is different. Your grind is no longer for you. It's no longer for your clothes, your fresh shit that you enjoy. Is for like food to put on the table for that baby.
I mean, it
just comes naturally if you give a fuck about that child.
Yeah.
There's some people who
a lot of fathers that just run away. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, like, there is no. I can't think of a better motivation, right? Because as selfish as I am, I don't have any kids, but I know if I had a kid, I'd be like, I got to fucking buckle down. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those. It kind of puts a gun to your head. Really?
Nobody has to tell you. Okay. It's in your system. It's in you, and you just do.
Yeah, but anything that makes you nervous? Like, I hope I don't fuck this up, or I hope, you like, there's no blind spots for you. Where you're like, I don't want to repeat this thing that my father did to me, or whatever. Like,
that's the only fuck up that you might not want to that you think about. You're like, damn, I don't want to instill things that my parents instilled in me. I'm kind of fucked up a little bit.
Yeah, we all listen. Nobody's perfect. We all have our things.
That's the only thing that you really give a fuck about in the beginning. You're just like, let me make sure that I'm on my shit. And the best thing that you can do is just love them, just learn them, and let their personality be what their personality is. Don't let your personality affect them.
You have to put it on them. Because you said she's 2 years old, right? Roughly, your daughter?
She's almost 2.
Yeah, because I've heard, and I've actually seen with my niece and nephew, like, you realize, like, so much of a kid's personality is, like, they already have it. Like, nothing you did made her that way. And so, like, any kid.
Yeah.
Which is kind of wild to see. Like, 'cause I remember, like, like my nephew was very quiet. My niece was more precocious, more talkative, and more people-friendly. And it wasn't like I talked to him or my sister dealt with him in any different way. Mm-hmm. But like, when do you start to see their personality? Like, is like at 2 years old, can you like see like she's got her own thing going?
Yeah.
She got some of your bad habits though.
Bad habits? Yeah. No, she has. I don't know. She's
a drinking problem,
man. She's wild, bro.
For real?
Yeah, she wild. She outgoing. She's smart, very intelligent. She got both my personality and her mom's, and she's great.
Do you worry about her getting older though? Like trying to find a man in this world today.
Huh?
Like trying to find a man in this world today? Do you worry about that?
She ain't gonna meet nobody worse than her daddy.
He's just trashing himself on the podcast. She ain't gonna be nobody worse than me.
Nah, so I got to give her all the game that I got. I'm gonna be like, yo, this is what it is. These are certain type of men are like this out here in this world, all right? And you might fall in love with these motherfuckers, but it's gonna be a choice.
It's gonna be know what it comes with.
Yeah, know what it comes with. All right, get you somebody who loves you for you.
That's fucking.
Hopefully they ugly.
You're hoping she's a lesbian, so she'll not bring no men home.
Huh?
You're hoping she's a lesbian, so she'll bring no men home.
Shit, these women is diabolical too, man. Shit,
diabolical.
They
I like
diabolical as well, man. Man, a human is a human, and they gonna act the way they want to act.
Yeah, I think women are not to trash women, but I like to trash women. But I think like women, they are so much more manipulative, and they don't. I feel like they get credit, but not even enough. Still, you know what I'm saying? Like
credit for what?
Like they think, guys playing games. Like girls play fucking games like crazy. You know, like they'll manipulate a man quick. I feel like it's easier for a woman to manipulate a man than a man to manipulate a woman.
My grandfather told me there's no room for a man to make mistakes.
Yeah,
mistakes are okay for a woman and for a child. So, like, if you lash out and you show your anger as a man, something gonna happen to you. Not as much is gonna happen to you if you are a child or a lady. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they get a little more leeway.
Of course, women and children can cry about it. Like if you know what I'm saying. Like if you call a woman to task and she if she is wrong, I've had this happen to me where the woman is wrong and I call her on it and I hold her accountable and she starts crying. All of a sudden I'm apologizing to her. I'm like, how the fuck she fucked up and I'm apologizing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah. And like you just said. Women can like cry about it. Like if it doesn't go their way, they can start shedding some tears. And all men have a soft spot for that. At least
I tell motherfuckers like we gotta start crying more. That's why
you gotta use that shit.
Yeah, man. That's why we be dying. That's why we die sooner.
5 years younger than women.
We be holding that shit in, trying to be a man. Fuck all that, man. Let that shit out.
When was the last time you had a good cry?
A good cry?
Yeah.
2 months ago.
2 months ago?
Probably a month ago.
All right,
I was sitting in the car. I was sitting. Oh man, I was crying. I was crying hard, bro. Like somebody passed away. I'm like, God,
oh, sorry to hear that.
Like somebody passed away.
Somebody passed away.
If, yeah, but I was letting it out.
Yeah,
I was letting it out, man.
Were you like around people? You were alone?
I was in the car. That's the key.
Yeah,
you can't be a man and just cry in front of people.
No,
especially not your lady, because she's gonna fuck your best friend if you. Do You gotta cry and quiet, nigga. When ain't nobody around, you gotta let that shit out.
Yeah, there are two places a man can cry: in his car alone and in the shower. Yep. That's where men can cry.
Only way you can cry in front of your lady is if somebody has passed away.
Yeah, or maybe the birth of your child. I think they let that slide.
That's a different type of cry.
A little wispy tear. Yeah, one rolls down the cheek.
That's tears of joy. I'm talking about like
actual heartbreak.
This shit. Yeah. If somebody passed away, that's the only reason you can fucking cry.
You ever cry like with a girl to try and like keep her from leaving your ass?
Yeah.
That's a tactic. Yeah.
I did that shit.
Yeah, you know.
I did that shit when I was a kid, man.
Did it work?
No. Stinking ass lady. She fucking was like, I'm sorry, I just don't know what to tell you. She was cold blooded with the face that she was having.
How old were you? Were you like a teenager?
19.
Yeah, that's when you do that shit.
I'm like, you gonna fucking leave me? She, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. I just don't love you anymore.
That's how you got to do it.
Yeah. What you mean? This is how you got to do it.
When you're breaking up with somebody, that's the best thing you say. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I just don't love you like that. I'm sorry. You just keep repeating it. And it's like breaking up is always tough, and when giving or receiving, but you got to stick into your guns, because I don't play that shit where you like break up and get back together and go back and forth. You got to, like that girl did. You got to be like, sorry, I just don't, love you like that anymore.
We fucked a few more times after that.
Oh yeah,
but we was kids, fucking 19 years old.
Yeah, you don't know shit from Shinola. You don't have no life experience.
Yeah.
How do you usually dump a chick? What's your go-to when you're breaking up?
I don't think I ever dump many.
You just disappear? You just ghost them?
No, they dump me.
Oh, you get them to dump you? Is that what you do?
Yeah, I'm self-sabotaging.
Yeah. See, that's the easiest way to get out of a relationship.
Yeah, that's weak.
Just back up until they break up with you and like, okay.
That's weak.
It is weak.
I need to learn how to be like, yo, this shit ain't working out. I've done it a few times. I'm like, yo, I can't do this shit no more. I'm gonna mess around on you. I gotta go be free out here.
Yeah. And that's how you say, I want to fuck these other bitches?
Not like that. But basically, I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm gonna step out. And so I need to go do what I gotta do.
Oh, how'd they take that?
She was emotional because, she was in love and everything, but she understood and she respected my approach.
See, that's the thing I learned too as I got older and broke up with shit and have gone like through like a proper breakup instead of just disappearing on them. That if you're up front, they'll respect you and they'll fuck around with you a little bit longer for they'll appreciate the honesty and you could like hang around them a little bit longer than you would have otherwise.
I tell people all the time, like a lady will she'll deal with you more off the respect than the lie, So like if you tell the truth and it hurts her feelings are hurt, but the fact that you were willing to lose out because of the respect, like the honesty, she might mess around and come back.
Yeah, and they also get that so rarely. Like it's like, oh man, that guy's different. He didn't lie to me. Like I didn't like what he said, but at least he was being honest. At least he wasn't blowing smoke up my ass all fucking day.
Everybody else be lying, bro.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard because we be like, damn, man. It's all about a control factor. That's the reason why we be lying.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
Why else do you lie? Either a control factor, you don't want to lose out on a person, or you don't want to hurt a person's feelings.
That's really,
it's just about control.
Yeah, I guess, you're trying to protect their feelings or your feelings or keep what you got going on. Mm-hmm. But that's why, like, I try not to, look, we all tell lies, but I try not to tell affirmative lies anymore. Like, I won't make shit up. But if there's something that I don't, that you don't need to know, I'm not going to tell you. Like, I do lies by omission, not commission. Like, I won't tell you something that you don't need to know, but I won't make up a story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't make up shit. I do lies until you ask me too many times. And then I tell you all the truth. On purpose.
How's that? Like, what do you mean?
Like, I give you details and everything to hurt your feelings, so you don't never ask me shit again.
Be careful what you ask for, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I'll lie at first. I'm like, well, I'll try to omit the truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I do that. Yeah.
I'll be like, man,
it's none of your business.
Forget all that. Like, that ain't important. Where? That bitch house. I'll tell you all the details, and then you want to kill me.
Doesn't work out well for anybody.
No.
So you're saying you got a hard game, man. Like, what's your go-to when you in your single days when you're picking up chicks? What's your go-to move?
I don't know move, man. I just try to feel the vibe out. Like, hey, how you doing?
Would you meet a lot of girls through comedy before this, or is it all like, were you out in the street?
I met a lot of women through clubbing, not comedy.
Oh, so you were a big club rat, huh?
I was a big club brother, man. I wanted to hang out, man. So much so, like, I would make tips. And if my homies ain't have no money, I'm paying their way.
Oh, shit.
I'm paying their way. I need a wingman.
Bring the whole crew out?
Sometimes I need a wingman to distract her hating-ass friends. And we getting it, man. Hopefully you score buckets, too.
Yeah, dude. There really is. Women and men go out in two different ways. Women go out in like a group of 6, and they're all keeping track of each other. And we got to get Susie before we all leave together. All this shit. 6 dudes will go out. You guys will get in the car, go down there, and as soon as you get in the club, you'll never see each other until 4 days later. Hey, what's up, son? How'd it go the other night? Yeah, like you just lose your friends. Like, it's every man for himself.
Yeah. That's it.
No woman's ever had to like have her friend distract a guy's friend so she can get with the guy.
Not many of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Many of them, man.
But you can bet if there's 6 girls, you got to keep 5 of them, occupied so you take the one away.
Mm-hmm. They come together, they leave together, type stuff.
Yeah, man.
We don't really do shit like that, man. Our objective is to get a stray
exactly.
to allow us to go home with them. That's the objective.
Peel one off the herd, dude.
That's what we into. I ain't never. Some people be going out. Some fellas be going out. Like, let's have a good time, have a couple of drinks, and go home to our lady, or go home safely. Fuck that, nigga. Anytime I ever went out with my buddies, we about to get some pussy, man. That's why we going out.
It's a point, yeah. Oh, we're gonna go dancing. Fuck dancing.
As soon as we get out the car, we waiting to show the bouncer our ID. Man, this bitch is in the, hey, how you doing? What's happening, babe? We hoping we can get her to go home.
Get the coat check girl on the way in.
Yes, man. We ain't playing no games, man.
Dude, I used to when I was single, going out with my friends, I would actually purposely hit on the den mother in a group of girls.
What's a den mother?
Like the queen bee, like, you know, you're a group of 5 or 6 girls. The one girl who's, you know, who's the battle axe, the one who's always fucking, you know, telling, oh, it's time to go, we got to do this, you know, the
oh
mother.
yeah, once you knock her down, then everybody else.
I would always hit on her just to get her to like me, so she would stay around to keep her girlfriends around.
That's like talking to the one that's not as attractive as everybody else. Yeah. So then everybody else is like, all right, we're comfortable. We don't have to be.
Yeah, he's
nice.
not weird. He's not drugging any of us yet.
Mm-hmm. You gotta show them attention first.
Yeah,
and then everybody else like, oh, you're a nice person.
But the thing, if the den mother co-signs on you, that gives you points to, you know. I mean, like,
I ain't never heard that term, bro.
Den mother?
Never heard that term.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you made that shit up?
Nah, man, it's like that's a term, right, Jeff? You've heard.
You
this.
Heard that shit? You heard that shit?
Yeah.
Den mother?
the queen
I ain't
bees.
never heard that, man.
Some white shit. You got to hang out with more white people, Darius. I'll use a washcloth and I'll teach you about den mother. All right.
I went to white schools, man. I hang out.
Shit. What kind of white schools? What do you mean white schools?
Catholic.
What's a white school? Oh, you went to Catholic schools?
Catholic schools.
Did you play ball or something?
Jewish schools. Huh?
Did you play ball or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I played football.
Oh, nice. What position?
Yeah. Running back.
Were you like recruited to go to college or not?
No. You know, I got a letter once and I didn't go there. It was somewhere in Ohio, Heidelberg, some shit like that.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, I went to community college.
Smart, dude. At least you ain't sitting on $25 million in fucking debt. Whatever.
I wanted to go to a 4-year, man.
Yeah, but look, you're a comedian now. You don't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's one of my only regrets that I ever have in life is not going to a 4-year. I wanted to go to a 4-year. I wanted to pledge fraternity. I wanted to at least try out for a football team, but you know, the shit didn't work out the way. It's
fun, but you don't need it to like succeed in life. I feel like that's a thing. That's a thing that they like. I mean, I went to a great 4-year college, but I feel like that they're lying to kids these days. Like they're making them all go to school. Like, man, most of you guys aren't going to be doctors. So what the fuck are you spending all that money for? Yeah. You know, like you don't need a 4-year college degree to be a welder. You know, like or work at a bar or whatever the fuck else people do nowadays.
I knew I was going to be an entertainer when I was in the 5th grade.
No shit. See, yeah. I didn't think about it until I was much later in life.
But I still wanted to go to college. So like I wanted to get a degree and have the qualifications to be a rocket scientist.
For real?
Yes.
No shit.
Just to have that shit put on the wall.
Just to floss on motherfuckers?
Just to floss. And still be a comedian. I'm like, yeah. Like, you're a rocket scientist? Yeah, but I tell dick jokes for a living.
Yeah, I could build a rocket, but I choose not to.
That's what I wanted. Yeah. And I might fuck around and go back to school just for that.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I actually think about that. I was like, man, like, how much fun would it be, you know, like 40 years old? Like, what if I just applied to, like, be a freshman again at USC? Mm-hmm. You know, I'm just like, obviously plenty of girls out there. You know what I'm saying?
Girls,
like,
man.
If I was a millionaire and I had nothing else to do, I'm like, yeah, I'll go back to school, be a freshman, get a degree in some bullshit fucking, you know, some bullshit communications degree and just go hang out on campus for 4 years.
At your age, man, like you going back and these girls are freshmen, you're gonna get so turned off. You're gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That is true. I do joke about dating young women, but there is, like, they're nice to look at, but then you're right, once you talk to them, it's like, what are you saying, girl? Like, what? Like, you don't know anything and you're acting like you know everything. You're
different. The vibe is different, man. They mind is different than yours. And you might want to hit on the professors, maybe. Yeah, but you might be older than they ass, too.
Yeah, at this point,
yeah. So.
Dude, that's one thing, like, I was just, speaking of the news, there was like 6 women, female teachers who were hooking up with their male students now. And I feel like that was always like a fantasy for, you know, I'm sure all of us had a hot teacher in high school, like, damn, it'd be dope to, you know, bang out Miss whoever.
Teachers weren't as attractive as they are now.
No, they weren't. But I'm saying, but they also weren't having sex with their kids as much as they're having sex now. Like, a lot of these female teachers are now going after these young boys, son.
I feel like they were then, too.
It was on the creep?
Yeah. People want to talk too much now.
It's definitely a double standard, though, because you see some hot teachers like, oh, she slept with 2 of her 17-year-old students. I'm like, I don't see a victim here. Well, if it's a woman doing it to 2 17-year-old boys, but obviously if it's a 50-year-old guy hitting on some 16-year-old girl, I'm like, that's fucking creepy. Like, but there's a definite double standard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think my dad would be like, we got to call the cops. Randy fucked this teacher. He'd be like, yeah, good job, son. High five. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wouldn't think it was a crime.
Is that what you do? Is that what you would do if you had a son?
If the teacher was hot? Yeah. The teacher was smoking hot, you know what I'm saying? Why, you don't think like you would be weirded out if your son banged a hot 23-year-old teacher?
I would approach the teacher.
Really?
For real, man. I'm like, yo, you cannot fuck my son. No.
But what are you doing later? You're trying to take her home yourself?
You have to fuck me too.
You have to fuck me first.
If you want you and my son.
Yeah, you want the young buck, you gotta have the old bull too.
Yeah, man. Man, they just try to fucking suck your youth out.
I think that's the weird part about it, like the predatory aspect. It's like, yeah, why? You know, like, you trying to manipulate a 17-year-old boy, son? Like,
I don't know what it is, man. That's them. It's a problem they got in their mind, man.
All right, let's get into the news before we get out of here.
Yeah,
I got some fun stories for you.
Okay.
Agrif Hakimi's wife filed for divorce. He's a big-time football player in Morocco. His wife filed for divorce. And she's looking for half his property, but get this, all of his assets, including his paychecks, are made out in his mother's name. Mm-hmm. So she's divorcing him. She wants half his stuff, but he technically doesn't own anything. His mom owns it all, and she just gives him the money. She's like trying to sue him to get and sue her mother to get the divorce settlement.
I read something about that. So now she has to pay him.
Yeah, it's fucking tremendous, dude. Yeah. I feel like it's so weird to me that like we live in this time like, oh, you know, girl power and future is feminine, but they're still out there taking half a dude's shit, you know, like on a divorce. It's like, which is it? You know, like if you're a strong woman, you wouldn't need to take a man to the cleaners. You know, I mean, this woman's 24 years old. She's gorgeous. She's getting a divorce. Like, she doesn't need this guy's money. She'll go with some other rich guy.
When you're with a person and they reach a certain level of status and money, you feel as though you are them. So once you're married, you become one. So whatever you have, you got that because of me. We got that together. We're a team. And then once we split, I need half of my shit. So if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have got where you are. How was your support system?
Yeah, but she met him. He already had like a $40 million contract. So like, it wasn't like she showed up and then he got good at soccer. You know, like. Yeah. But I love that he put it all in his mom's name, son. That's fucking genius.
That was very smart.
I wonder, like.
Very smart.
But can she sue his mother? Right? Because I would imagine
I don't know if she's gonna win.
That's what I'm saying. Like a court, I feel like a court would be like, yeah, we know what you tried to do there.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to be fucking cute.
Yep. I don't know if she's gonna win.
You don't think she's gonna win that one?
Nah. If she got a good lawyer, yes.
I don't know, man. It's weird to me that like
she probably ain't gonna try to do that.
I mean,
because
obviously,
then they gonna know if that it's all about the money.
If he did this before he got married to her, he must have known she was looking to take his money.
If
he trusted her, he never would have done that.
Yeah.
So clearly, when he met her, he knew this snake bitch is trying to get my money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how long were they married?
3 years. She's trying to clean him out for half his money for 3 years of her life. She's 24 years old.
How old is he?
He's 23. He's got like a superstar in soccer.
Damn. Somebody told him to do that shit. Smart.
All right, here's the next one. That's a good question for you. What do you think the world record is for consecutive hours slept? Or without sleeping, rather.
Without sleeping?
Yeah. Longest.
I heard somebody go, 28?
264 hours. The guy stayed awake for 2 fucking weeks.
He crazy?
Yeah, it's lasting effects. He did it in 1963, and he has all sorts of long-term lasting effects. Apparently he has memory issues, sleep deprivation issues, and now he has troubles, cognitive troubles, thinking he sees paranormal activity. The guy went crazy.
Yeah, no. That's stupid.
264 hours.
Take your ass to bed.
How long? What's the longest you've ever like been awake straight?
22 hours.
Okay, you like party through the night,
22 or
right?
26. Huh?
Party like through the night, right?
Yeah, I partied through the night.
Yeah.
I partied through the night.
Yeah.
I kept on going. Yeah, and the sun came up, and it was a challenge. Once I seen the sun started to come up, I'm like, let me see if I could do 24.
Couldn't make it?
I did.
Oh, you made it?
I think it was 26. Like, it was either 22 or 26, but I feel like it was 26.
Dude, the longest I've ever been
bed.
awake, I was awake for, let me see, it was 48, like 56 hours straight once. When I was working in finance, I worked through the night. I got in on Monday, didn't leave the office till Wednesday at 2 a.m.
I feel like people in the military have been up for a very long time.
Yeah, oh yeah, I mean, in war and shit like that, you got to be a little strung out.
Man, yeah, you got to be aware.
I mean, that's actually what they do to like torture people, like the enhanced interrogation. Mm-hmm. The first thing they do is they fucking they have them awake for days on end. So.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Shit. I wanted to be a SEAL too.
Did you want to be a SEAL?
I wanted to be a SEAL. Yeah.
You want to do all this shit now? You're a comedian.
I want to do all of the.
I want to be a rocket scientist,
the
and Navy
hard
SEAL.
Shit, just to be like, yeah, I'm a motherfucking a comedian. Tell dick jokes.
I want to be tough and build a rocket, but I want to tell dick jokes.
I don't want to use that shit. Just the
you have all these
accomplishments.
skills that you don't use.
Yeah, just to say I did that shit, man. Just to have a story to tell.
All right, here's the last one. I want to ask you this because you got kids. Mm-hmm. Utah is set to ban social media for children under the age of 18 without parental consent. So Utah has banned social media for children under the age of 18 without consent from their parents. Utah Governor Spencer Cox signed it into legislation on Thursday. Now, I know your girl's real young, but I mean, what are you going to do about the phone as she gets older? You're going to have her on social media? Because I feel like it's so bad for kids, man.
It is. Especially the shit that I post.
You're going to block your daughter so she can't follow you?
They don't have no censor on that. They don't need to see that shit. It used to be a censor. Like, the only bad things you could see on the internet was, like, porn, or you go to rotten.com.
Oh, I remember that shit.
Yeah. But, like, Instagram, man, Facebook, that shit is too raw for these
Twitter's
children.
where it's at right now.
Yeah, and these kids be thinking they grown, man. Like, you are not grown. You don't know shit right now.
How old are you gonna let her? Like, how old is she gonna be when you give her a phone, though? Like, what do you
Probably
think?
the same age that I was.
What do you think the appropriate age
11,
is?
12.
11, 12?
Yeah.
I still feel like that's too young for girls, man. Because I feel like they fucking put it like you know how
Depends
mean
what type
girls
of
are to
phone
other
you
girls.
get.
Like school age girls are mean to other school age girls. Like I feel like 16, 13-year-old girls would just get fucking catty on the internet, man. I don't know. I feel like it's bad for women's mental health because they like bully each other like a soft bullying. Like when guys, young boys will punch each other in the head and get that shit over with. But women, they will fucking torture each other for hours and days and months.
My daughter's going through training, man. She'll beat a bitch ass.
You got her in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu already?
She ain't in that, but she gonna be in something.
Smart.
And she gonna be able to joan with the best of them. The Joneses. Just Joneses is like just capping.
Okay.
Roasting.
Yeah.
Basically.
Shooting the dozens, whatever.
And she gonna be able to defend herself. And I don't want her to be weak, so she ain't gonna be weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely have to teach girls how to defend themselves.
Yeah, she gonna have all the game. All the game that I have,
You gonna buy her a gun?
Huh?
You gonna get her a gun?
When she turned a certain age, when she turned 18, yes.
Yeah. I feel like if women had guns, men would fucking act right.
I'm gonna teach her how to use it before she turned that age.
Yeah.
But she ain't gonna have her own. She ain't gonna have access.
Well, you're not allowed to
it.
have a fucking.
No, don't let
At least
these
not in this state.
motherfuckers. They don't need to know the code to the safe of the code, the guns. Okay, just in case she fucking flip and wanna, I'll show you.
Kill her
type of
boyfriend
shit.
or some shit.
Everybody be doing that shit in the world. Fuck all that, man. Leave that motherfucker. Okay, you a kid. You probably ain't gonna like that motherfucker when you get old.
You don't ever think
When
about
you
him.
turn
10
21.
years, you'll never think about him again.
No.
This is fun, man. What do you got
Yeah.
coming up? This is coming out next Wednesday. What do you got coming
shit.
up? Where can people find you?
Next, what you said?
A
What?
week from today is coming out.
Damn. Find me on Instagram.
Yep.
Instagram. Shit. I will be at the Hollywood Improv on the 26th.
Hell yeah.
Doing the shit. I'll be all over, man.
Yeah, man.
Look
At Darius Bennett, look him up. Thanks for doing this, brother.
Mr. Darius Bennett.
Pulled him
That's
out of some fucking lunch day drinking. Let's go back and
man,
get a few
I
cocktails.
was at the crib. No, they was day drinking. I was just chilling. Just drinking water.
All right, guys, that's it for this one. We love you. We'll check you next week. Peace.